Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and congratulations to another new constructor being featured today. This puzzle came in from Nutty and it's called Abridged, and it features some of the regular rules of variant Sudoku that we use regularly, that get used in our apps that you can buy on the links under the video, and that would really help support us, as would your joining Patreon, where you can have a go at the various Sudoku hunts over the past few months that are all available there. Fantastic content. That's not by us. The apps mostly are, although the more recent ones, at least half the puzzles, are done by brilliant guest constructors. They are, honestly, some of the puzzles on there are absolutely brilliant. But let's see if this one is as well. I suspect it may be. It comes highly recommended. And what we have going on here is some variant rules. We have some arrow Sudoku, so the numbers on the arrow add up to the number in the circle. We have the V's and X's of XV Sudoku, so any two cells connected by a V must add up to 5. Two cells connected by an X must add up to 10. We've got little killer clues. So the indicated diagonal, we get the sum given to us. Those can include repeat digits. We get one single Kropki dot. So the two numbers in those cells must be consecutive. And that's the rules we're working with, as well as normal Sudoku rules. So do give it a try on the link under the video. I'm going to try it now, see how we get on. Not all dots XVs are given, or X's or V's are given, so there's no negative constraint, bear that in mind. But I'm going to try it now. Let's get cracking. Now look at these arrows. They're lying on this 15 diagonal as they are on the 17 diagonal. So what does that mean? Right, well, it means that these two circles add up to 15, because effectively, say that added up to 7, you'd have a 7 in that circle, and then that would have to add up to 8 for the diagonal clue, and then you'd have an 8 in the circle. So effectively, those two circles add up to 15. These two add up to 17. That's even more helpful, because we know those arrows add up to 17. So those two add up to 17. They must be a 9 and an 8. Now, if we had this diagonal marked as a line, so they all had to be different, oh no, that would be impossible. I was going to say we'd know those would be 7 and 6. Actually, what does the diagonal add up to? Because although we don't have a line, we have a total. And in that total of 43, we already know 17 there and 15 there, 32. So these others add up to 11. Oh, okay. Look at these V's. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. So a V pair is made up of two numbers that add up to 5. That's obviously 1 plus 4 or 2 plus 3. But look at this arrangement. We've seen this before sometimes, but it's really elegant. So let's assume that was 1 and 4, and I'm going to colour them so that purple represents cells that are 1 or 4. Now that means this cell can't be 1 or 4 because it's looking at a 1 or 4. So that must be 2 or 3. And then those will both be 2 and 3, and they're looking at this cell. So that can't be green. It can't be 2 or 3. Again, it must be 1 or 4. And they're 2 1s and 4s looking at that cell. So that's green. That's a lovely arrangement. Now, I don't know whether green represents 2 and 3 or 1 and 4. But, oh, this is unbelievable. Okay, but I do know, this is a break-in, the like of which I haven't seen. I do know that those are small digits. Right, let's go back to this diagonal, which I was summing up before. Now what I did was said, we've got 43 in total. I know those two add up to 15 and those two add up to 17. So that takes 32 out of it. So the others add up to 11. But what is the minimum that can be in those two cells? Well, it's the other two, it's the purple digits that aren't out of 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the minimum there is the purple digits. The minimum here is the purple digits as well. And the minimum of those 4 cells is 5 plus 5 is 10. This cell is both a minimum 1 and a maximum of 1. So that's our first digit in the grid. That is really, really clever, as long as we can carry it forward into something meaningful. That's absolutely fascinating. What a lovely break-in. Now, what can we do next? So 2, 3, 1 and 4 have been used up there. Right. So let's keep finding low digits. Right, we've used both purples in rows 1 and 2. So the 2 purple cells in row 3 have to be in these cells. 2 of those are purple. This sees all of the small cells, all of 1, 2, 3 or 4. So that is 5 or 6. It can't be higher because of this arrow. These must include a 1 now. They're either a 1, 2 or a 1, 3 pair to add up to either 8 or 9 as soon as that's 5 or 6. But remember, these two add up to 15. So now this is either 6 or 7 and is either 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 4. Definitely includes a, definitely includes a 1 and a 2. Now that cell is green because it sees both purples and 1 green. It's the other green. Oh, come on, what does this mean? Okay, let's go down here again. This one can't be 1, 2, 3 or 4 because it sees all greens and blues. So that's 5 or 6. Again, oh, of course, sorry. I worked out that there was a 1 in one of these two and then failed to spot that that one told me where it was. So it does. It tells me that the 1 is here. Now the same's happening down here. We need a 1 or a 2 or a 1 and 2 or a 1 and 3. So that's a 1. That's a 2 or 3. Suddenly we've got a pair. Now in one of these cases we've got an 8 in the central box. So one of these arrows goes 1, 2, 5. The other must therefore have a 3 on it, and therefore that must have a 5 on it as well. So these are 5s in both cases. And there must be a 5 in one of those two cells. That can't be a 1. Keep spotting this. So, oh, that's a bit less clear. I don't know if we definitely have a 1 on this arrow. It could, I suppose, be a 2, 3, 4 arrow. That, I can't see that we need a big number there somewhere, so I'm not quite sure what that's doing. Now, what about this arrow? Is this getting interesting? This can't be, oh yes, this is seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But I suppose it's the circle number, so that's hardly surprising that it's a bit bigger. This is also seeing 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the box this time. So that is at least a 5. Can't be an 8 because we can't put a 1 here. So this can't be a 6. This now has to be 2, 3 or 4, annoyingly. 2 and 3 are in a row, both in row 2 and row 8, with 2 purples. So purple cannot be 2 and 3. So we now know the identity of purple. It's 1 and 4. So we put them in like that. So there's a 4 in one of these two cells. So we know that definitely is purple. And one of those is, we don't know which one. Let's make those purple as well. We'll keep the shading going. So green is 2 and 3. So we know that digit now is 2 or 3. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to, right, in fact, we know where 1 is on this line now. It must be there because it can't be here anymore. I was trying to take the corner mark out. So now one of these is a 2 and the other is 3 or 4 to make this 6 or 7. Now, what's this digit on this arrow? That also can't be 1, 2, 3 or 4. So that's 5, 6 or 7. But this can't be 1 or 2. Remember, 2's on that arrow. So that is 3 or 4. And this is 8 or 9. This can't be 7 anymore. Could just be an 8, and that could just be a 3. 2, 3, 1, 4. Oh, come on. So that's really weird that we used this 43 clue before even trying this 34 clue. That's going to come next at some point, isn't it? Now, there is a 2 and a 3 on these X's, so they are 2, 8 and 3, 7 in some order. These other digits, 5 must go here. Sorry, that's been obvious to some of you for a while. That's a 6, 9 pair. This is a 7, 8 pair. What have we got? Can we decide what's going on there? Not really. We've got 4. Oh, we've got a 2, 3, 4 triple here. Maybe it's this arrow that I haven't really been focusing on enough. Or maybe not. 2, 3 pair there. 5 in one of the central cells. This can't be a 4 because it's seeing a 1, 4. So that now is a 2, 3 pair in this box. Let's colour them green for consistency. That's green as well, I've just remembered. That doesn't resolve this. It does mean there's 2 green cells up here because 2 and 3, the 2 green cells are already done in column 7. So that's a 2, 3 pair. A 2, 3 pair in column 8 now. That's lovely. So this is the 4. Oh, that's brilliant. So 2 here, 7 in the circle. That puts 8 in this circle. That puts 2 here. Suddenly, I think we're getting to disambiguate an awful lot. That's become 9. This becomes 8. That's got to have a 1 on it. We'll get back to that in a moment. Let's do a 3 there. No, that doesn't fix this, but it does fix 2 and 3. 2 and 3. That 2. That doesn't help. Okay. 2 is in one of those 2 cells. 3, I don't know. Right, let's have a look at this 8 arrow. Is it 1, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 5? Right, it's not 1, 3, 4 because neither of those cells can be a 4 because of that 4 and that pair. So it's 1, 2, 5. We know which way around. There you go. Thanks to that 5. So now there's a 5 on this circle. So it's a 5, 6. Kropke pair, that puts 7 there. Now we're away again. 9. This has become a 9 thanks to the 5, 6 pair. 1, 4, 2, 3, 5. We've got 6, 7 and 8 to go in the bottom row. That is 6 or 8. No, that is a naked single. It sees 8 there, a 1, 4 pair, 7, 2, 3 and 5, 9 in the box. So that's a 6. That fixes the 5, 6. We can finish off with a 9. 5 goes there. 4 and 7 still to go. This has become an 8. So that's a 6, 7 pair. 8 and 9 go here. That gives us an 8, 9 pair. Oh, that 4 has finished our purples, which I didn't realise. 1, 4. Oh, maybe not these yet. Yes, that 1 has dealt with these. So they are all done. 6, 8 and 9. So that 8, 9 pair, let's go back to that. So these are from 5, 6 and 7. Still don't know that arrow. Done the other odd arrow. Right, that is a 3 because it's looking up at a 2. That's a 6, 9 pair. 5, 9, 1, 2, 9, 3, 1, 2, 8 in this row. has to be here. It can't be here because that's a 7-8 pair. So we get the 8. That 7 fixes 4, 7. 4, 5 and 6 to go in the middle column. 2, 3 and 9. Oh look, that's a naked single 3. So we get 2 and 9 in column 6. Oh, that 7 has resolved this 7, 3, 2, 8 dichotomy. That's a naked single 6 now. 5 and 8 go in here. This must be a 6 with a 9 in the circle. That fixes 8 and 9. The 6 fixes 7 and 6. This is a lovely puzzle. I mean, it's not, well, when you find the steps, it's not that hard, but it is very clever. 6, that can't be a 6. The 6 in the central column is there. And I'm going to have the chance to extend the video at the end by finishing off the colouring, which seems very unnecessary to me, but I might as well do it anyway. That is 3 or 7, so we get an 8 here. 3 must be here. These are a 4, 7 pair, which aren't resolved yet. 3 and 7 there. That is a 4 now. This is a 3. 4 and 7. 7 and 4. That's become a 5. 7 and 5. And there we go. Let's do that colouring as advertised. That one goes green. This one is purple. All the 4s and 1s can be turned purple. All the 2s and 3s can be turned green. And I probably made some slip of the cursor there somewhere, but there we go. I think that's the necessary colouring if you wanted to complete the purple and greening of 1s and 4s, 2s and 3s. What a very clever puzzle that is. Not quite sure why it's abridged, maybe because these arrows formed a bridge into the little killer clue, but it's a really nice puzzle. That not too hard, but approachable, but great fun and very clever. And I think you do need to spot this business with the 1, 2, 3, 4 V's pointing at each other. That really seemed essential. And I mean, even this diagonal, that was a good effort. Even this diagonal was brilliantly set up. Really nice puzzle, very inventive and very, I mean, for a debut, that's amazing by Nutty. Well done. And hope to see you again soon on the channel, as always. Bye for now.